WWDC 2023, Apple's big event yesterday. Lots of major announcements, including Apple Vision Pro, the new VR headset, iOS 17, a whole bunch more, new Macs, a lot of great stuff.
New space, new Zek. I just got a big, tall glass of iced coffee, so I should be ramping up in energy as we go along today. I see, David, you also have an energy drink.
Yeah, it's already gone. There's a little bit left. If C4 wants to sponsor this stream, they are more than welcome to.
Mm-hmm.
But
any sort of caffeine-related brand would be great. Looks like we're not the only ones who've installed iOS 17 so far.
I want to interject. Did you know that they accidentally released the public beta yesterday too?
I did not know that.
That's why I got it. If you were, because I was wondering how I got it, considering I didn't have like $100 developer thing.
Zek, come over here and
Yeah.
talk to the people.
So I got the beta yesterday. I don't know where I'm going here. I got the beta yesterday, and David was like, "How'd you do that?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just went and I got it." And I never signed up to be a developer because you have to pay $100 a year, right?
98.
98. But I got it, and it's I don't know about you guys, but my phone's been kind of like a glitchy disaster.
Really?
Yeah,
Mine's been pretty good.
It's been a mess. I don't know if it's just the 12 is struggling to
Maybe.
think about whatever the new features are, but like I've had glitches. A lot of my apps that normally, like yesterday, I work at a venue, and the app that I used to clock in and out doesn't work. Just doesn't work.
So you can't get paid.
No, I mean I figured it out, but yeah, it just
That's
doesn't
too
work.
bad.
So there's a lot of problems that I've experienced. I don't know about.
I have a theory. They released the public beta because they just started making everyone pay $98 for the developer beta. You used to be able to get it for free. And since this update is more, it's not crazy like iOS 16 was. A lot of the changes are smaller. Apple felt bad, so they said, "Here you go."
Yeah, Apple felt bad, so
Yeah.
they changed their business model to
Yeah.
accidentally release it up.
Yeah.
I disagree with that one, but I respect the assumption that they would
Yeah.
feel bad and then change something because of it. This
Yeah.
is Zek, by the way. You guys probably don't know Zek as well as you know me, David, Payette, and David Lynch here. David brought up a good point this morning. He said, we're trying to become more personality focused on YouTube and let you get to know us. So how are you going to get to know us if people who watch our channel for the first time see Payette Forward as the name and not David and David? Because you guys know who we are, but
Well, yeah, well, I was thinking, new people who are watching the channel for the first time, unless they go in and read the description, which I think a very small percentage of people do, who just have no idea what our names are.
right.
Sam in the chat asked Philip how iOS 17 is. Zek said it's buggy for him. It hasn't been super buggy for me. I got the developer beta. One thing I have noticed is that AirDrop has been really buggy for me.
Really?
And I think part of the reason that is because Apple made some changes to AirDrop, and they're probably still working out some of those kinks.
Yeah.
But that's been the big difference for me. The battery life has been fine so far for the past, I don't know, I guess it's been 16 hours, and I was asleep for 8 of them. So
So far, so good.
far, so good.
Yeah, my buddy Connor gave me a call last night, and he was like, apparently when you call somebody, the voicemail message is now like, please state the reason for your call.
Huh.
And Connor was like, I don't know, to talk. And I don't know, he almost like hung up on me. It's a whole different voicemail thing. I hope they fix the problem where there's, like, I run out of voicemail space all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my voicemail gets filled up. These are tiny little files. I have no idea why voicemail ever fills up.
Talk to your carrier about it.
I know, it's Verizon's fault.
Verizon's fault.
And Apple's fault, though. Apple should be like, listen, Verizon, you're going to change this. Or store the voicemails on the phone. I don't know.
Zach, did we get that poll going in the chat?
Oh yes.
Kay Nagel, just giving you a shout out. Nice to see you guys. So, what's up?
It's the most recent comment there. Your names are David. I thought they were Ren and Stimpy. There's an
Okay,
old
first
joke.
off, you're spelling Ren. Are you dictating? Because that is not the way they spelled it. Ren and Stimpy.
Close. We wanted to know in the chat which of the big announcements yesterday you were most excited about, so we could sort of start with that conversation topic. And it looks like iOS 17 is jumping out to an early lead. Also in the news today, LIV Golf and PGA are merging,
No.
which I know you
Live Golf, they're merging?
They are, yeah.
What?
Yep.
What? So the PGA bought them?
There's some sort of merger. I'm not sure what it is.
PGA had to buy them. Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was 54 Golf at first for LIV.
54.
I didn't really follow that story too closely, but people are saying online now that all the golfers who are loyal to the PGA are getting screwed because they could have got the massive deals from LIV and Live.
Yeah.
Okay. Live Golf.
Yep.
They passed on those and now,
Right, because out of loyalty, and they did get screwed. Yeah, like Phil Mickelson got paid $200 million. Bryson DeChambeau, $70 million. Brooks Koepka, probably $100 million. And all the guys that stayed loyal to the PGA were like, no, you guys have helped us. And now these guys get to keep the money.
Yep.
Wow. That's insane. I'd be really pissed if I was one of the... Because you got to win a lot of tournaments to win $70 million.
Yeah.
Well, a lot.
Yeah. Also in the news yesterday,
Rory's pissed today.
There's a soccer player who's getting paid to go to Saudi Arabia, 3-year contract, like $400 million. It's absurd.
They just got money to burn over there.
They do.
They got plenty. They're doing
Well,
fine.
I think we're going to start with iOS 17, 68%. Then we'll go. Well, then we'll talk about the Vision Pro.
All right.
iOS 17. So, what were your initial reactions when they announced the update?
Can we talk about the mental health thing first?
We can talk about whatever you want first.
Part of iOS 17.
If that's part of your initial reaction, we
that
can talk
was
about
my
that first.
first thing, and I know it's kind of weird, but I love the new mental health component of it, obviously because mental health is important. But what I love about it is that it's correlating somebody's mood with their level of physical activity, heart rate, other things like that, sleep. Because doesn't it always come down to mental health, like how we feel? A lot of the times dictates sort of everything else.
I would suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
I would add food in there too.
Right, but fortunately, I like that they're taking a more holistic approach to the health app.
Yeah. One thing that jumped out at me just when they were talking about all the health stuff is that you can choose to have Apple send your health data to their partners, and I'd really like to read the fine print about where Apple is going to be directing people after they agree to send their data somewhere.
I mean, I tend to, at this point, trust Apple's, like the way that they're storing the data on people's phones. I think that the only way they could nuke their business model is to leak people's personal health data. I mean, that would be game over.
Well, they leaked people's iCloud photos, and that wasn't game over. So
it's a good point. It's a good point. But yeah, you don't want your personal health information being leaked.
I don't.
Right. I think that there's, I was a little underwhelmed by iOS 17 in terms of the features. I think the phone app update is interesting. It really reminded me of an answering machine in like the 1990s.
Yeah.
Where people would be screening the calls, and then pick up. That's what it is, right?
Yeah,
they're bringing that
pretty
back.
much. It's
like
just
the answering machine is coming back.
It's just on your phone. It's on your display.
Exactly. It's like a dictation
Well,
answering
why don't we
machine.
show them what it looks like?
Why don't we?
So what I can do,
Zach?
I can
Fire it up.
pop open the phone app.
Yeah.
The phone's on the screen, okay?
All right.
And here we go. I'm making a phone call.
All right, here we go. Oh, I picked up. I wasn't supposed to do that.
Uh-oh, okay.
Start over again.
Start over again.
Sorry, David calls, I pick up.
You might need to lock your phone, right? Or does it...
I'll lock my phone, sure.
I don't know. Does it work if your phone isn't locked?
Does it work if your phone isn't locked? I don't know.
All right, well, let's try it with the phone locked so we can actually demo what it looks like. Now, I also set up my contact poster, and it's not showing up there. I wonder if that's just going to take some time to...
Can you put your phone on speaker so people can hear the weirdo voicemail?
Hang on. Uh-oh. It's on speaker now.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. This is compelling content.
Please say why you're calling. The person you're trying to reach might pick up.
That is really weird. They might pick up. Yeah. This is we're demoing this new feature. Is it working? Uh-oh. Yes. Oh.
Please unlock your device to view transcription.
There it is. How about that?
Oh!
There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, so it's still a little clunky, but it's actually surprisingly accurate, I think.
Yeah, look
for
at
a developer
this.
beta, the initial release, it's pretty good. I suppose Apple's had visual voicemail for a while now, so it's not super surprising that it's this accurate, but I'm still impressed.
What I'm impressed by is the way that it changes the sentence structure as you go. Obviously, here, say a sentence that makes sense.
I will say a sentence that makes sense.
Do another one.
Here's another sentence that makes sense.
No, don't do another one that makes sense.
Dream says, you guys are so eloquently tech savvy. Yeah, this is a really eloquent demonstration of, what is this feature called? Live voicemail?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Oh, I choose to pick up.
Yeah, I choose to hang up.
Okay.
So that's the live voicemail feature. It's pretty cool.
I think it's cool. Yeah, I mean, Toledo says, it's been a while since you've done a live stream, and you'll notice that we're in a different location. I moved, so we moved. Everybody moved. We're still a work in progress. This is our kind of downstairs workspace. We used to have a 12 by 14 room. That's actually a little bigger than it was for a studio, and then everything was super cramped. It was crazy. So now we have a big studio room that's a mess right now because we're still setting it up and deciding on how deep we want to go with a set. I think we go Mandalorian style, full LED wall.
Yeah, so if you can become a channel member to fund a
our dream.
To fund a LED wall. If you've ever seen that video, it's just, it's absolutely massive.
So we do a scaled down Mandalorian.
I think we need a few channel members to make that happen. Speaking of channel members, Mike Wheeler in the chat says, I am interested in seeing what new voiceover accessibility features they are bringing. That was one thing that Apple talked about. There was like a press release about the accessibility features, and I actually haven't looked into those yet, so I'm going to do that after this stream. But
perfect. Accessibility features?
We could do it right now.
We could do it right now.
We could try. All right, let's go to settings accessibility. See if we can.
Settings accessibility. David's caffeine's working today.
Settings accessibility.
Let's go to settings accessibility, guys. Let's go.
I was listening to a podcast on my drive up here. I don't know how anyone thinks we talk too slow, because every time I listen to a video or a podcast, I have to bump it up to 1.25 or 1.5. Otherwise, it's just like...
I don't think it's that we talk too... You meant how people think we talk too fast?
Yeah.
You don't understand how people think we talk too fast?
Right. What did I say? Too slow?
Too slow, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's that sometimes we just string our sentences together so people don't have time to digest.
Ugh. Then you rewind, and it helps us with retention.
Yeah, kind of.
It's accessibility.
You want people to like us, though, ideally.
Settings accessibility.
Settings accessible. Am I doing this on my phone, or is Zach doing it? I'm supposed to do this?
I think so.
Okay, this is my job. Sorry. Slacking over here.
Can I bring up the phone?
Yeah, bring up the phone.
Channel member F9 Thad also said, hi, just coming. What's new? We just talked about live voicemail. While you're going to settings accessibility. Oh, yeah, here we are. So, what was the new feature that they teased in the press release?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I'm just monkey, you say, monkey do over here.
Live speech, personal voice. Yeah, why don't we try to find that?
All right. Live speech, personal voice. All right, Zach, you want to share that page with the peeps?
Yes.
All right, do it.
Actually, this might be the right one. Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah, share that page with the peeps.
Bam.
Bam. All right, so we're going down. What are we finding here?
Live speech. It's not in settings yet.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times they roll out these new features or they announce them and then they don't roll them out immediately. This is really cool. These giant app icons that they have for people that have vision problems. It's amazing. There's the story I always tell about how the woman was able to see her grandchildren for the first time by blowing them up and holding an iPad like right up to her face. I was wondering how that feature where please move to a safe distance would have worked for her. She'd have to turn that off.
Yeah.
The kids holding their thing. Read the phrase.
Yeah, like replicates your voice after you read a bunch of these phrases, essentially.
Where was I? Was I in the bathroom for this part of the
This is a press release
Yeah,
from before the actual event.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this isn't available yet, Mike, but this is coming soon. We'll have a video on that maybe when it comes out. The other thing that was announced yesterday that still isn't here, the Journal app. I was excited to sort of dig into the Journal app.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they said it explicitly during the event that it wasn't coming out, but I found out that it wasn't in the app, that it wasn't part of iOS 17 initially, because an existing Journal app, which is going to get killed by this new feature, sort of subtweeted Apple and said, you don't have to wait to start journaling. Just download our app.
And Apple's like, well, you don't have to wait to start going out of business.
Yeah, Apple.
Just start working on something else.
Apple's going to kill a lot of apps. All the journaling apps are dead. The PDF editors are dead.
I mean, look what happened to the flashlight apps.
Flashlight apps. Yeah.
The PDF what I was waiting for was for them to announce that you could create PDFs, because PDFs are awesome. I mean, it's like working with paper. I love that they built in the ability to do live annotations with people. Like I'm drawing on a piece of paper and you're seeing it live. That's amazing. That's what we wanted from the Amazon Kindle Scribe. We wanted some of these features, and Apple's just light years ahead of Amazon
Yeah.
with this technology.
Another feature that's getting a lot of positive press, Standby, where you can use your iPhone as a stand.
Right. Well, it's the use your iPhone as a stand.
That's not right at all.
Isn't it the always on display thing?
Yeah, the
that
always on.
happens?
Yeah, you always on. Well, you don't even have to use always on display, which has me concerned that if you turn off always on display and have this plugged in all night, I think
it's a cool feature. I just think it's a way to sell more accessories.
Yeah.
I saw that. I think, okay, here we go. We're buying more accessories. More accessories for that. More accessories for the continuity camera on Apple TV.
Yep.
How cool is that?
I mean, I didn't think it was very cool, but
You didn't think so?
no.
I can't wait to do it.
Ugh.
I thought maybe we'll switch from Google Meet for like meetings and stuff, and you can have your continuity camera on your big TV at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just turn your whole house into the workspace.
Ugh.
That'd be good.
Pass.
David has a big TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offline maps finally coming to Apple Maps, something that Google Maps I think has had for at least 5 years. I'm surprised it took this long for Apple.
Yeah, I'm not excited about
Yeah.
that feature.
I tweeted this out. I was in France last week, and I was using Google Maps the whole time.
Oh,
But-
you're using Google Maps.
Yeah. So
Really?
I'm like, all right, I'll give Apple Maps a try. I was on a bridge over the Seine,
Is
and
this him?
the marker when I turned on the Apple Maps had me actually in the river, not on the bridge.
Really?
So I was like, well, that's a wrap on Apple Maps. That was it.
So you're able to use GPS. Did you get a different SIM card?
I got I can't use a SIM card on the iPhone 14 Pro. So I got an eSIM data only plan.
You did?
5 gigabytes. It was like €25.
Which carrier?
I can tell you in 2 seconds.
That's interesting. That's great.
Yeah, it was a good deal. I don't know.
Okay, it's not that important.
It was like there were a few different carriers you could choose from, and the one I was initially going to pick had a ton of bad reviews, so I did a little bit of research and found one. I almost signed up for a 1-month Google Fi plan just to not worry about it, just have unlimited data, but I ended up only using about 2 gigabytes because it was just I only needed it for maps essentially.
Sure. Maps and when you're out and about. I assume that wherever you stayed had Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they had
that's
Wi-Fi everywhere.
Cool. So David went to France. That's cool.
Yep,
How was your trip?
it was good. Just a lot of walking around.
Did you go to Paris?
I was staying in Paris. Yep.
Okay. Where else you go?
Went to Versailles. Went
Yeah.
to the place, the plaza, the Bastille Plaza, where
Okay.
the prison used to be. Went to Belgium. Stayed near the Grand Place.
The Grand Place.
That's what it's called. It's called the Grand Place. Is where like their town hall is.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of
Take the train.
Took the train. Yep.
Good train.
Great train. It made
Isn't
me
it?
realize how
Yeah, I know.
bad public transportation is, and it took
I know.
longer. It takes longer for me to drive home to Albany. If I'm in Albany, it takes me longer to drive to New York City from Albany than it does to take the train from France to Belgium. It's
About the same distance, isn't it?
yeah, but I mean, it's like an hour and a half train ride to a different country, and then
Well, the countries over there, David, they're
Ugh.
closer together.
yeah, it's just
Do you have any chocolate?
Did a lot of Belgian chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah, good
Yep.
stuff. Do you have any croissants in France?
Sure. Plenty of croissants. Yeah. Everything
Yeah.
there's way cheaper than it is here.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
It's, the roll of sweet bread was, 90 cents.
Did you go to any of the outdoor markets or anything, or in Paris, or did you
No.
go into the bakeries?
Yeah.
What were your impressions of Paris? What did you think?
Everything is better there than it is here.
Oh Jesus, David,
Everything.
it's not true.
So I might move to Paris. Might move to France.
Great.
Yep.
Okay. Might move to Paris.
Might move to France.
France.
Hello to the cute guy in the background.
Wow.
Wow. Zach making moves.
Zach.
I'm taken.
Zach is taken.
Taken.
Step off, Gisela. You watch yourself.
Yeah.
She's just saying hello, Zach.
Hello.
Jeez.
No, it's good.
Here's a David P question from Mach 5. What do you think of the AirPods adaptive audio update coming?
Why is it a me question?
Because it's an audio question.
The audio guy.
Oh, okay. What do I think about this? It's like transparency mode, but also noise canceling. I don't know. It's cool. It's going to drain your battery.
Yeah, I took some notes on this. Adaptive audio, best of ANC and transparency mode into one. My question is, how in the world will Apple be able to tell the difference?
I think they'll use the microphones.
And
You start talking. If other people are talking to you, there's probably a noise gate. Like if the volume outside exceeds a certain level, right, then it lets it through.
that's going to be brutal at the gym with weights clanking around. The other thing that I just want to say, it is not difficult to press and hold a stem to toggle between ANC and transparency mode. It's very easy to do.
Remember when Beats Fit Pro came out with the feature that automatically lowers outside volume? It like protects your ears. Anything over 85 decibels gets lowered like
Yep.
a siren, so you still hear it in transparency mode.
Yep.
So, and then I asked, can you change that? Can you change that 85 decibel level to be lower so that you could hear? And that's what it is. It's the same technology. They're just lowering the threshold is what I think's going on. Yeah.
So that's the answer. I mean, we'll see how it is. I mean, I'm not super excited about adaptive audio, but
Well, I wanted lossless audio.
Yeah.
Lossless audio, because they keep talking about all these crazy features that only work on the AirPods Pro 2nd Gen, which is the H2 chip, that have a ton of processing power. They also talked about new Bluetooth codecs, which are going to be higher bandwidth, lower latency, like for gaming. And you need to have new Bluetooth codecs to do lossless audio. So I'm thinking, okay, they've got, and this is what Sony has. Or is it Sony or is it Qualcomm? Qualcomm. They have different Bluetooth codecs. One of them is like lossless. One of them is normal. One of them is low latency for games. And so Apple is doing the same thing. They're just copying these different. They just haven't announced the lossless one yet. Because they're waiting until they announce the new AirPods Max. Because they don't want to sell AirPods Max if they can't do lossless. Because that's stupid.
couple other iOS 17 features I want to talk about before we move on to the Apple Vision Pro. I've been getting a lot of these pop-ups that say app name. Instagram, for example, has been able to access your entire photo library for 6 months. Do you want to continue to allow full access? And you can tap limit access or allow full access. I tweeted out a screenshot of that. But I think that's pretty cool, just sort of reminding people, like, hey, these apps have access to all the photos on your iPhone. Do you still want them to have that access?
I know. That's interesting. That's just gonna. That sounds like a video to be made. You know,
Yeah.
people are gonna be Googling like, why the heck is this app have access to my photos for the last 2 years?
Yeah, because you tapped allow really quickly when you
Exactly.
installed the app for the first time. The other one, we can show this on the phone.
We can.
All right, we're going to go to settings. We're going to go
the
to
microphone.
privacy and security.
All right, settings, privacy and security.
Then scroll down.
Okay.
Keep scrolling.
Okay, to where?
To sensitive content warning.
Detect nude photos and videos before they are viewed on your iPhone and receive guidance to help make a safe choice. Apple does not have access to the photos and videos. Okay. Off. I'm definitely leaving this one off.
Yes, that's one I wanted to show. If you've got kids,
Woo.
this might be one to turn on their phones.
Interesting. You can help Apple improve sensitive content warning by sharing analytics and usage data. No messages or media are shared with Apple. App and service access airdrop messages or video messages. Interesting. I never thought about airdropping nude photos to people. You could do that. Imagine if you're at the airport. You know, people have. Oh, maybe that's why they made it so that you can't have airdrop on all the time.
I mean, possibly.
People could be going around dropping all sorts of crazy stuff to people.
Yeah. Mr. Brooklyn says the Apple zombies love to get grifted.
I don't understand. Grifted?
Grifted, like
Is that a
like taken advantage of?
taken advantage of?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing with the sensitive content that somebody, I think it might have been, I forget who it was on Twitter, said that the new contact posters, how easily can those be abused? Like if you set your contact poster to some sort of graphic image and then you call somebody. Okay, it'll be interesting to see what sort of safeguards Apple builds in there.
You're right. Or spoofing people. Oh, hey, it's me.
Yep.
But it's not. Which is another privacy concern I had about the... I just saw. Is Dave is cute. Another privacy concern I had about the Apple Vision Pro. Which eventually I guess we should talk about.
Well, let's talk about that right now. Apple Vision Pro. Let's start with the privacy concern you have.
Let's start with that after I pull up my notes. Okay, I'll do it from memory.
Okay.
Privacy concern I had is that they're going to be scanning your face to take an image of you, and then you are this avatar that actually looks like you, unlike the Facebook version, which is like you're just a headless or a torso that floats around.
It's
right?
like a me character on Facebook.
Yeah. So they're scanning your face to figure out who you are, but couldn't you easily pretend to be somebody else?
Presumably, yeah.
And is it going to work on Halloween masks? Because I can see it not working unless you have like the actual face contours, because the LiDAR, like Face ID, same type of sensors. But I wonder if you could do it on like a Halloween mask.
Sure.
And go around just like a zombie or something.
That'd be fun.
That'd be cool.
I have a lot of concerns about the Apple Vision Pro. Lots of concerns.
Lots of concerns. I'm going to pull up my notes.
So I think we should preface this by saying I think this is sort of a stepping stone to a more user-friendly, less ridiculous-looking, less expensive VR product that's, 5 to 10 years down the road. I think it's kind of silly that Apple expects people to be walking around with these giant headsets as they're talking to their kids, or somebody walks in the room to have a conversation and it's like the weird eyes poking through.
I thought that was funny how they're like it protects what you're looking at.
Yeah.
So what's it gonna, it obscures what you're looking at. Really?
2-hour battery life with the external battery pack, which kind of just dangles there. I'm not sure if it can fit in your pocket.
See, you got to watch short movies, David.
Yeah.
You're not going to make it through Avatar with the 2-hour battery pack.
Right.
Telling you that much.
I'm curious how long the cables are going to be. Like it says all day use when it's plugged in, bravo, well done. That's true for every device. But I wonder how long that tether is going to be, or if Apple's going to have like buy our 25-foot VR headset cable.
It's supposed to go in here. That'd be. Oh, you mean like for the plugged-in version?
For plugged-in version.
Yeah, probably really long. I think it is a revolutionary device. I think it is maybe the most important device of like Zek's generation. Back in my day, there were no cell phones. So for me, I think it might be cell phones.
Probably the internet for us.
For the internet, yeah. But for Zek, back here, he already had the internet.
Well, iPhone.
Yeah, I was about to say iPhone.
Smartphones. Probably.
I know, but we had smartphones. The iPhone was like a groundbreaking smartphone, but it wasn't like a whole new medium of computing like this is. Like, this isn't like smartphone. This is like cell phone. Or is this like the iPhone of AR, VR, which has existed for several years? Like Meta, Quest, and whatever.
I think we'll have to wait and see where it goes from here.
Is that a pun?
It wasn't supposed to be. So it's gonna be. We were like ready to buy this thing like immediately after the event ended, and it's like, oh, it's not gonna be available till next year.
It was yeah.
The concern I have with it being released next year is that Apple is probably going to have an M3 chip next June or September.
Yep.
So the M2 chip that's being built into this AR headset is going to be obsolete pretty quickly.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not out of date, not obsolete, but out of date.
The M2 chip is really powerful, though.
Yeah, well, I'm not denying that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that if there's going to be an M3 chip,
Why not put that in the
right?
headset?
Yeah.
You gotta
Mike
put
Wheeler,
something in
I
it.
just want to give Mike a shout
Love
out.
Mike. Great
Woohoo!
guy.
2-year anniversary. Keep up the great work, guys.
Holy crap. That's amazing. Thank you, Mike. Mike, one of the OG members. One of the very first members.
He clicked that join button below this video.
He did. I don't know why it's not showing up. I'm clicking on it. Maybe I can't do that one.
People can see it because it's all green in the.
Hey, Zach, the
Chat.
thing's not working. Yeah, you can look in the chat. My little clicky thing's not working. Yeah, there you go. Maybe turn it on. Okay, there you go.
Ruben in the chat.
There you go, Mike. Bang. Thank you, Mike.
Ruben in the chat says, I'm not sure if it was just me, but iOS 17, iPadOS 17 was a little underwhelming. I agree, but what I'm finding as I'm going through the settings app is there are a lot of neat little changes that I think as we see more of them, I think it's going to turn into a pretty decent update.
Yeah. Okay, here's a crazy thought. My phone seems faster.
Faster? Okay.
Isn't that like the stupidest thing in the world to
It-
say about a
the-
developer beta?
Theoretically, it shouldn't be faster, but
It
that
should
being
absolutely
said,
not be faster.
iOS 16 was really...
It just feels like more zippy to me. It's like it. Maybe I had a little software problem that I didn't realize I had, but the whole thing is just zippier.
It's the Costanza. Only a sucker would buy that expensive VR headset.
Well, you're looking at two of them right here.
Yeah.
It's the Costanza.
I agree. One thing I'm also concerned about is that Apple mentioned a different kind of band during the event, and I'm wondering, you're gonna have to buy these. You're gonna have to buy accessories for this thing. You need to buy the battery pack. You're gonna need to buy, if you wear glasses, prescription lenses. If you noticed, not a single person in their demo videos had glasses. So
Well, they have the Zeiss, ZEIS, like inserts that accommodate a wide variety of vision people. So it's one.
I'm not sure, but there are gonna be a lot of accessories that take this price tag from $3,500 plus tax. I mean, tax on $3,500 is gonna be a lot of money.
Yep.
And then all these accessories. This is gonna be
It's $4,000.
It's gonna be an expensive device.
$4,000 all in. Yep.
For what is really not supposed to be a consumer level product. I don't think.
This is like the most amazing product that's come along in the last 20 years.
You know what it reminds me of is
Come to the microphone.
I was about to say, super chat. Andy. What it reminds me of is when, like, I watch but I've watched some retrospectives on like PCs when they first were kind of coming up and coming, and Apple was in that situation too with the original Macs, where they release. Like, these PCs are new, and they were, like, $10,000. So, like, a normal like, in the 80s and early 90s. So, like, a normal family could not afford that. But the idea was they released these products that are, like, $10,000, and they changed, like, life forever. And that's kind of what I'm seeing in the Vision Pro, where it's, like, I don't think it's a consumer-level product, but in, like
it's a
David
rich
said,
consumer level product.
Call
a spade here.
Like in 10, 15 years, I feel like there'll be like widespread
Ubiquitous.
adoption.
Yeah.
Like it'll be common and also cheaper and not. It'll look better. It'll be way better than it is now. But it is cool that we're seeing this happen.
It's
like,
got to
emerge.
happen.
So.
It blew my mind. I mean, this idea where you could, because everybody was saying, okay, it's going to be AR or it's going to be VR, and they did both.
Mm-hmm. I think if you've got the money to spend, you should buy one and keep it sealed, because in 20 years there are going to be YouTubers who are going to be doing
Oh, that's a great idea.
unboxing the first Apple VR.
We should do that.
This is going to be a collector's item in
Holy
25
crap, that's
to
a
30
brilliant
years.
idea.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Because I don't think there's going to be a mass supply of these either. Like, there's going to be scarcity with sealed VR headsets. So if you can afford to buy one, and just leave it sealed up for,
Take those Hess trucks off the shelf.
Yep. Let's get to that super chat from Andy Blaha. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Also a channel member.
Andy.
I
don't know if we've really met yet, Andy. We really appreciate it.
Did you install iOS 17 Developer Beta 1? Yes, I installed it immediately on my phone.
Yeah.
Everyone says you shouldn't install betas on your primary device. I just ignored that every time.
Well, it's your job to have broken devices.
Yep.
Yep.
I did back it up immediately before installing the updates. So I've
Cool.
got a way out.
Yep. Anthony says, as much as the Vision Pro is appealing, I'm not selling my liver to buy one.
I think you can get more than $3,500 for a liver.
For a liver. Yeah, if that's definitely not. The VR headset reminds me of what they're using in Mario Kart Ride at Universal Hollywood and soon at Epic Universe in Orlando, says Mike Wheeler. Mike's an Orlando guy. Okay, first off, there's a Mario Kart Ride.
Yeah, there's a whole Nintendo World at Universal.
Gotta go.
It's
We're going.
It's
Field
freaking
trip.
Awesome.
Pass.
Have you been?
My friends have gone.
Your friends
They've
have gone?
They've shown me pictures and
We're
stuff
going.
that's in it. It's freaking crazy.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's amazing.
I think a Mario Kart game in the VR headset would be pretty cool, though.
Well, I mean, it's like you've got AR, which is going to be awesome. I mean, it's not exactly going to replace TVs yet, but will it eventually?
I think it could.
Maybe eventually. Maybe in 100 years, there's no more TVs. There's no more screens.
It's possible.
Sandra says it depends on the condition of the liver.
Oh,
This is good. We got a couple conversations going on here. Value of a liver on the black market.
Yep.
And Apple AR.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that, though? What if you're a doctor and you could perform surgery
On the liver.
on the liver remotely because you can see the patient
That'd be cool.
in the room?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Member F9 Fad wants to know: Are you going to buy the iPhone 15 on the first day? Yes.
Yeah.
15 Pro probably, or 15 Ultra, whatever they decide to call it this time around.
So Apple has, in my opinion, a list of Well, I know that they have a list. Of course they do. But they have a list of influencers that they send their iPhones and their like real flagship products to ahead of time.
Yep.
And then they have their list of influencers that they release the product and then they send it afterward. Mm-hmm. And then they have a list of influencers that we're on.
Yep.
So we get some Apple products late, like the HomePod. We really appreciate it. It's awesome that we're on any list now.
Yeah.
We're kind of like the D list of Apple.
Well, I was going to say there's like the A-listers. You know who
Got
they are.
MKBHD. Yeah, Justine, those people.
The
They're great.
B-listers. I'm surprised we're not in the B list at this point.
I don't think we're on the B list.
I think we're probably the C list.
Yeah, we're C list. Well, we're on
C-listers?
A list.
Yeah.
We're not on the bottom of the list,
No.
but we're a step up from that.
Right.
What
Like,
was the first thing they sent us? It's like, here's a product. It came out like
It was the Apple
a
one.
year
It was like
ago.
Apple Watch like Series
Oh yeah,
7.
yeah. It came out last year, and we really want you to have it to send back to us in 6 months.
Yeah.
It's essentially they send you a product with an extended return policy.
Yeah.
They don't say you can keep it. You have to send it back.
This is
And
the
you have 6
pitch. This is
months.
the pitch we're going to send to Apple to move up a list. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. I think that just by being responsive and good people, that they eventually, we'll find our way towards the top.
See You Never
Yep.
says, you're talking about iOS 17. Made my Bluetooth stop working. Really bad omen.
Well, everything.
Yeah.
Makes
Well, I
Bluetooth
mean,
stop
I guess
working.
I think there must be some sort of Bluetooth issue because my AirDrop has been a little funky. I haven't tried pairing any Bluetooth earbuds yet.
The problem with upgrading your phone and not your Mac or your other devices to the latest developer beta is that sometimes that creates an incompatibility.
Sure. All that-
You could upgrade your Mac to the latest version of Sonoma.
Risky.
It would be, but it would be interesting.
Risky.
It would work for you, though. See, we can't do it because we're doing video editing and everything would break.
Yeah.
But you could.
Well, we can discuss that after the stream.
Okay.
Illusion said Vision Pro is going to replace pictures. Now, I thought it was kind of interesting. You can like sort of walk into a picture. It's almost like having that memory.
And no, he says going to the pictures, which is like a movie.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Anyway.
Yep, but also pictures.
Pictures.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking there's the third episode of Black Mirror, The Entire History of You, is literally that, where you could like have all your photos and videos.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was like an implant in the
Right.
the
Well, we're
show.
a few years away from that.
Yeah. So pretty soon, Apple implant, and then you're gonna be able to scroll through your. They call them replays in the episode. Not the best Black Mirror episode, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have a knob that you can turn that creates sorry everybody, that creates an immersive environment around you. How amazing is that?
That's really cool.
I think it's amazing. It's incredible. The ability to have different windows and move them around is present in my Oculus Rift Fs, for instance. Like you can have different windows on the screen, but it's pretty non-functional because you don't have any. I mean, you've got the worst, hilariously bad image of your surroundings that you can put in there, but yeah.
Other concern I have about the Vision Pro, Apple said it's going to be virtually silent.
Right.
But not totally silent. So I'm wondering, you're watching a film like A Quiet Place, where it really, like, the silence is really important to watching the film, and you just hear, like, this whirring noise. When I saw that in the theaters, it was like people were opening bags of popcorn and drinking sodas and dropping stuff on the... It was so annoying.
Yeah.
But,
what do the cool streamers do when they have to go to the bathroom? Do they just go up and...
yeah, I would just leave.
The break?
Yeah, I'll just read the chat.
Okay, you're going to read the chat. Here, if you want, do you want to click on any chats?
I'll read the chat.
Okay, he's going to read the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Zach's going to come in over into this chair, and we'll...
Yeah, I'm going to click on him. Well, can I actually do that?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, Zach.
Yeah, Zach's going to tag in.
Zach's going
I
to...
was like, yeah,
Here you go, Zach.
do this.
What are you doing? Where's she going?
Oh, boy.
No, Zach, take my... No. Take my seat,
Oh,
pal.
boy. Working out the kinks.
Oh, boy. Zach, you got to tag in. Okay, here
That's
we
not
go.
how you tag in.
I was like, there we go. I was like, what do you mean fist bump? All right, cool.
All right. So, Mach 5, still no calculator app for iPad. Is it too long gone to ask Apple to put it on iPad like iPhone? Oh boy, this is
It's a joke. Zach, you don't have to leave, pal.
No. I completely disabled the thing. So like I was clicking on it and nothing was
And it wasn't
happening.
working.
Yeah, I was like, oh, why is this not working? I thought I knew what I was doing.
Okay, David, why don't you start again from that point?
There we
Okay.
go. Yeah.
So iPad calculator app. Nope, didn't happen. What was interesting though is that they've added multiple timers to iPad, and Craig Federighi made a joke like, "Look at what it's amazing what we can do, but they still can't do it on iPhone for some reason."
Yeah, well, no, you can. That was the first thing I tried was I went to the timers app and you were able to
Really?
set multiple timers. Yeah, it
Let's-
saves your most recent one.
Do
too.
it on his phone right now. Let's
Oh
see.
yeah.
You have to go. All right. Well, that's okay.
I got it.
While you're doing that, I'm going to read this comment from Mike Wheeler. You put on a headset and it has augmented reality of the other racers as they're going through practical sets, even though you're the only one in the area of the track. All right, Zach's trying to do the timer.
Yeah,
now.
I'm trying. There it is.
Oh boy.
Okay,
I
timer.
was using David's phone.
Yeah.
All right, so
So
set a
start
5-minute
timer.
timer. Yeah, all right.
2 5-minute timers.
No kidding.
You do. Yeah, I don't know how many you can add. Apparently,
we
as
gotta
many
tweet
as you
that
want.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, it'd be weird that they would have added that to the iPad app and not have that on
well,
iPhone.
I'm going to make a note to tweet that later. Speaking of Twitter, we've got the social media links in the description section of this video. If you could go follow us on Facebook and Twitter, be much appreciated.
Yes.
I'm thinking about doing a video. I subscribed to Twitter Blue for 1 month. Here's what happened. So I started yesterday. I'm sort of like documenting, what my experience is like with it. And I thought the blue check was immediate. I still haven't gotten my blue check yet. So I'm wondering how long it's going to be. Like, am I going to lose a week of having a blue check?
I was about to say, when you just told me that, I was like, I don't remember you having a blue check
Nope.
yesterday. I thought it would be like instant or something.
Well, I was like, I want to try it out, see if I can get like the boosted visibility. And so far, I've been using like the bookmark folders, which is not worth $8 a month, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. One of my friends has blue, and I think she likes it. I don't know. It was weird that she even ended up getting it, but.
C. Munro's, what movie theater are you going to? Mine has huge recliners that move, a giant screen, 11.1 channel sound, and 0 distractions from others. I suspect you rarely go to a mid-theater. I go to the Palace Theater in Lake Placid, which is, if you've ever been there, it's old. Doesn't have the modern amenities that new movie theaters have.
It's no Regal.
No. Rosemary says Vision Pro realistically is not yet ready for the average consumer, especially cost-wise. We should all just wait for the second generation. Hopefully costs will be reduced and most bugs ironed out.
Could you get the other door too, please?
So, yeah, I know I pretty much agree. Unfortunately, we're in the content biz. We have to buy it. Unfortunately, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Woe is us having to buy this new $3,500 headset. But
well, thanks to you and your memberships.
Yeah.
So Trudy, this is Trudy. She always tries to come downstairs, like constantly. Only thing she ever wants is to be down here. And because she's full of cat hair, I don't usually let her down here. But I figured that I'd make an exception for this live stream. Hello, Poopy Doop. Are you showing your butt to the camera here? Okay, we'll get down then. We'll see how much damage she could do to the furniture in the length of a live stream.
Just plain Fred, in reference to me saying we should leave one sealed. If you can afford to buy a used car and leave it sitting, buy it and leave it boxed, and buy a second to play with. That's what we're going to buy too.
Who buys a car in a box?
People who like Hot Wheels.
Okay.
Let's see. Gisela says, my iPhone seems to be a version behind. When 16 came up, my iPhone had version 15 and said it was up to date. Now there's a 17 and mine has 16.5. Yeah, so right now it's developer beta. Yep. So only people who are paying $98 for developer beta can access it. The public release will be in September.
Yes. Can't wait. Can't wait. Oh, Gisela and Just Plain Fred. You know, Gisela was sort of interested in Zek earlier. Hello, pretty girl. And maybe Just Plain Fred and Gisela have got a little connection here.
Okay.
Which is nice. It's nice to see that. It's nice to see love take root in the Payette. If you're looking for a romantic partner, we'd be happy to facilitate that in our chat.
Okay.
I mean, people meet in chat rooms all the time.
Yeah.
People do just buy cars and store them. I personally do not know any of those people, but I don't know anybody that's that rich to just buy a car and store it. You're absolutely right, of course.
We found out that while you were in the bathroom that you can now set multiple timers in your iPhone.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I heard you talking about the joke that Craig made.
Yep.
Truly, wondrous, the miracle of technology. Multiple timers. Oh, they're on my iPhone. I see.
They sure are. Yep.
Yeah, there they are.
We were showing the chat your text message history and
great, perfect,
installed on your phone.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
Any other thoughts on the Apple Vision Pro?
I think it's amazing. It's great. We're buying it.
Apple said next year. How late do you think this is going to come out?
I'm going to say it's going to get pushed back.
Yeah.
And it's going to get pushed back. Okay, this is going to be an unpopular October.
October, yeah. I'm concerned it's going to get delayed a lot. And I think the point about the M2 chip, I think it might get delayed to the point where they just release it next September when they announce new iPhones too.
Mm-hmm.
And just stick an M3 chip in it. But I wonder too if they're concerned about would you want to release this headset at the same time you release the iPhone? I mean, would it sort of overwhelm the new iPhone launch?
Yeah, or maybe August.
Yeah, or maybe the next WWDC next June.
Yeah, for pre-orders, I don't know.
Mike Wheeler, I think I just heard there'll be a Vision Pro giveaway for members in the future.
Tell you what, if we get 3,500 members, I'll give a Vision Pro away.
Yeah, how many members do need to join this stream for us to give one away?
More people than are watching this stream right now.
Okay.
That's all right. But that's okay.
Well, okay.
It's all good in the hood.
Well, I mean, if we got 100 people paying, I guess that'd be five. My math, yeah, that wouldn't work, would it? The math
Well,
on that.
unless they all, gave hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
You know.
If somebody, if we can get $3,500 in super chats in the next, 15 minutes, I think we could probably pull off that giveaway. That'll be our goal. We could set that up like as a challenge though, because this isn't going to be released until next year. So if we had like a Vision Pro fund, and every stream we have like the
We have like a goal post.
we have a goal bar, a status bar at the bottom of the screen, and we just start
Yeah.
any super chat you make during this
Yep.
period of time.
We'll give away.
Gets put into
all the money goes back to you
right.
into a Vision Pro giveaway. I'm into it.
I think it's a good. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, well,
Alex, the MTA R211 weather fan. Mike Wheeler, can you send gift memberships?
Well, yeah, people can, but you shouldn't be,
You can just click that join button below the video.
But anybody can send gift membership. We could be gifting memberships.
We could. I'm serious about this Vision Pro fund idea. I think it would be.
I think it's a good idea,
I think it's a
too.
good idea. So, we're gonna do it. Maybe.
Okay, great.
12% of people in our poll said they were most excited about the new Macs. I'm not excited at all about the new Macs, but are you?
I am not that excited about the new Macs. I was surprised by the price of the Mac Pro.
I think I saw someone on Twitter. They maxed it out all the way, and it was like way north of $10,000 for this computer.
Yeah, but it's like 12,000 or something.
Yeah.
But the old Mac Pros were $50,000 maxed
Okay.
out all the way.
Yeah.
And for instance, the old Mac Pros, you could have 1.5 terabytes of memory. This one's 192 gigabytes, which is a lot less. So a lot of the specs on this thing are underwhelming, I would say.
One thing I was surprised by is that the new chip, like the Ultra, why is Ultra higher than Max?
I don't know.
Doesn't that just seem like a bad naming convention?
Max Ultra.
Like Max, maximum. Doesn't that seem like it should be more than Ultra?
Yeah.
I think, here's my theory though. We already have the iPhone Pro Max line. The next iPhone is going to be iPhone Ultra.
Okay.
That's their way they're doing it. I think it's out of order, but I think that's the intent. It does say 11% for Max, new Max now in the poll. That's true.
Yeah.
Gisela says, I will become a member as long as you don't hook me up with anybody. You guys are great.
Oh, you're great too. Gisela, you're totally okay. Deal.
Sold.
No, we're not selling her either.
That'll be $4.90. That'll be $4.99 towards the. If you become a member on this stream, that'll be $4.99 to the Vision Pro giveaway fund.
Oh my god. Well, can we at least deduct the cut that YouTube takes from the $4.99? Or are we going to cover that?
Oh, I suppose. Yeah. What's the cut that YouTube takes?
I think 20%.
All right. So that's $4.22 towards the Vision Pro fund.
It's not the right math, but that's okay.
It's close enough.
$3.99. Just go for it. It's 20%.
Yep.
Yeah. Jeez.
Any other thoughts on the new Macs?
The new Macs, no. I mean, it's an underwhelming upgrade. We have the M1 Maxes that we use to edit video, and they're definitely faster, but it doesn't make me want to go out and spend another $5,000.
Yeah. So here's my advice to people. I'll give that out after I read that. I have some advice for people looking to buy a new computer. But first, I want to address this member chat from Leonard Brandt. He's in green. He's got the nice gold badge.
Mm-hmm.
One question, will the gaming mode age with latency when using DAWs?
All right, David, you want to take this one?
I don't know.
So a DAW is a digital audio workstation, which is like Logic or Pro Tools. So will the gaming mode help with latency? See, the problem with that is that there's always a trade-off between latency and quality. And that's why using Bluetooth to edit audio is never the best idea anyway. in my humble opinion. So yeah, I think it would help with latency, but definitely not with quality. And I think that the trade-off will be significant enough that you won't want to use Bluetooth. Yeah. But I'm not sure. With the gaming mode, I wonder if there's going to be a setting like there is for open in Rosetta, like on a Mac. You can choose to open certain programs in Rosetta or like the older way. I wonder if you could I wonder if you're going to be able to choose, like, open this app in gaming mode. How is it going to know? Because, I mean, obviously there are games that are games, but you might want to open another app in gaming mode.
Good question.
Maybe you're playing an online game in the browser. Flash game. All right.
Anthony Ong joined the channel. Welcome aboard.
Okay, for Anthony, we don't have our soundboard hooked up yet.
Yeah. So, my advice for buying a computer, just buy the 13-inch MacBook Air instead of the new 15-inch.
Why not? That's a great computer.
You
don't like the 15?
I would just buy the 13.
Well, what if you like the 15-inch?
I think it's worth the savings you get for the 13-inch.
How much cheaper is it?
I think it was at least
$300.
It was at least $200 cheaper.
Yeah.
The other thing I noticed that I picked up on, they were talking about how Saturday Night Live uses the Macs to edit.
Yeah.
Is that still like a brag?
Well, they also showed them using Premiere Pro and not Final Cut, which I thought was kind of funny. Yeah, I think it's a brag.
Okay.
Any network TV that they can get to to edit.
And Gisela becomes a member.
Wow.
So we're taking those two members.
Yep, and matching them up. No, we're not. We're not. That was the deal. We're not doing that.
That's $8 towards the Apple Vision Pro.
Okay, you said super chats before. David, should we just give away all the money?
No.
Just give away all the business money?
No, we're just...
Yep.
We're going to build momentum. And if we don't hit that goal, we don't give anything away.
Oh.
So it's almost like a pyramid scheme of sorts where if you really want the Apple Vision Pro...
You could save your own money.
You could save your own money, or you could spend time networking for us and saying...
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Why don't we actually do it, though? We'll have the Apple Vision Pro giveaway fund.
Yeah.
And
there's $8 in that fund right now.
Yeah, there is. I like it. It's a good idea. It's going to be a really pathetic, like those temperature things where they draw it in. We should have that on the channel page.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like the
it's got to be like a sliver.
It's like the Crime-Aid episode of The Office where they have the thermometer. I don't know if you can pull that up, Zach. The Crime-Aid thermometer, but it's like it's exactly what you described.
What is it?
If you just Google The Office Crime-Aid thermometer. Crime, CRIME.
Oh, crime.
This is compelling.
Yeah.
Especially since they can't see. Yeah.
That. And then if you go to images.
Alex the MTA talking about the iPad Ultra will have Dynamic Island. Probably.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Make it bigger.
That's what our thermometer is going to look like. Anyway, they get the point. I'm surprised the poll results, though. Should we start a Vision Pro giveaway? Yeah.
So stupid.
Should we start a Vision Pro giveaway super chat goal? Majority of the chat said no.
What? They said no?
On 29 votes. Small sample size.
But they still said no?
They did, yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Why not? Tell us. Tell David.
Just plain Fred, only $39.92 to go with taxes, titles, and fees.
That's right. I hope you can. Yeah. So here's the thing about the Vision Pro. They said we measured lots of people's faces and heads, whatever. They're all different. And they called it the light shield or the light screen. So you're going to go to an Apple store and get fitted? Or I think that they'll build in an app where you scan your face with a LiDAR sensor and then they send you the right one.
Now, what if your phone is too old to do that?
Then you can't afford this thing either.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. That's a good point.
Fair point. I thought they were going to come out and say, so we designed the perfect thing that works with everyone, like they do for the earbuds and everything. Yeah. We designed the perfect fit for every earbud. And, pyramid scheme failed. Oh, Anthony. I think we might still do it.
I got recruited for a pyramid scheme once in college.
Yeah,
I told you that.
Yeah, the drinks,
energy drink, Vima.
Yeah.
It turns out, if you just Google Vima now, like their founder got fined or arrested.
Yeah.
But a lot of people I knew fell. The energy drinks were good too. I think that's what like suckered kids in, is like the drinks were actually good.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, here, try a free drink. Oh, this is great. The kids are getting all pumped up on the energy drinks, and they're like, just have a drink and go sell it to your. Yeah, it's good. Practically sells itself.
Yep.
Trudy, come here.
One thing I saw on Twitter, I keep talking about Twitter. One thing I saw online is that no updates to Dynamic Island, no software upgrades.
Interesting. Yeah, true.
Just thought it was interesting.
Sometimes they introduce new features that they're eventually going to kill, and then they kind of like 3D touch.
Yeah.
And they just kind of ignore it for a while, and then it goes away.
Maybe they're moving towards like the no notch, no island.
Right. Yeah. It's good enough. Good enough for something that's going to disappear.
Yeah, I think it is good enough.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, when you called with the voicemail thing, there was a new little Dynamic Island icon. I like Dynamic Island. I think it's nice. It's dynamic. Hey, Shaka came down too. We've got lots of cats. Come here, Poopy Doop. Shaka's the more reserved one.
Anonymous Chuck says no updates for Control Center as well, and I think that's mostly true. But they did add a new Ping My Watch control to. It's a new control you can add in Control Center, so you can have your watch ping your iPhone, and now you can have your iPhone ping your watch, which I'm not sure it's going to be as useful, but it
could be more useful.
Yeah, I think it's a neat little feature.
I don't know. Maybe you lost your watch. Maybe you took it off, left it somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. All right. Well, I'm getting hungry, and we've been going for an hour, so I think we call it.
We call it
for today.
Now subscribe to the channel, because if we're going live and we're talking about our big Vision Pro giveaway fund with our slider at the bottom of our new.
We should like literally get one of those signs. And put it in our videos.
Then, like every time we just like highlight it back here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good idea. Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get a
whiteboard. We could totally.
So subscribe.
We have a whiteboard.
Yeah. Subscribe so you don't miss that. And we have all of our social links in the description section of this video. Go follow us there. Come on.
Yeah, do it. Come on.